What up, folks? It's the mouth of the South, downtown. Leslie Brown is in at Peaches Record Store. Oh my goodness, iconic spot. Been waiting to sit down with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Juan LaFonta. You know how long I've been waiting for a seat at this table? You are what I would like to call a New Orleans legend, right? And only because you stood true to your roots here in New Orleans. Now, with a name like Juan, you can't be black.
I'm black, baby. I'm black.
365
Yeah.
on this.
365, I'm black. You know, and I'm gonna tell you the background. My mama taught in Gentilly, and she's a Bagneris. And all those folks, all my people on that side black. She's just light skinned with strawberry blonde hair.
Yeah.
My daddy is dark skinned with straight black hair, and he's a LaFonta, and those are black folks out of Treme. Yeah, we black folks, sorry.
Okay, why are you sorry?
No, sorry. No hablo español. Man, them Spanish people get mad at me, boy, in public. They get mad. They're like, you don't have to be ashamed of what you is. I'm like, baby, I'm from the 7 Ward. I mean, this is how they make them, you know?
Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So look, let's talk about how you set the tone for these commercials now that's being run on. It's almost like, you know, they say, is imitation flattery?
Wow, that's
I'm gonna ask that in the most humble way. Because listen, when you came out, and I feel like it was an album drop, when you came out with the Big Frida commercial, I promise you, it just felt like a song. It's like every time I'm like, ooh, Juan LaFonta. Like I was ready to just, and it brought this attention, and I'm like, okay, you know, because you was the only one that looked like me that was on TV that actually have a commercial on TV. And now it seemed like everybody is doing what you did.
Well, it was like an album drop. One of the reasons we in Peaches Record Store is because I grew up hanging out in Peaches Record Store. I got to watch Baby and Cash Money, Mia X, a good friend of mine, Master P, all these people develop and do music.
Yeah.
I had my own record contract. I had something with Warner Brothers. So all of us knew about production, promotion, how we had to do an album drop, how things had to happen. So when I did promotion, then I said, okay, when it comes to marketing and promoting my own stuff, I'm gonna do it like album drop. And I believe that I should stay to my roots. I mean, I had friends who were like, you gonna do a Bounce commercial? I tried 5 years prior to do it with Fifth Ward Weeby. And the lady I was working with, she was a lawyer, she's like, we're not doing Bounce. That's just not gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, so when I had full control over my own stuff and my own firm, then I said—
You wrote the lyrics or Frida wrote the lyrics?
I wrote the lyrics, gave them to Frida, and Frida said, this all you want? Just your name and this bar? And she said, I'm gonna add one more bar. So she added a bar, Black and Mild blessed the track, and here we are.
So when you say you fight, you don't play, that's a lawyer thing or that's a 7 Ward thing?
That's a 7th Ward, Club Rumors, City, New Orleans, hardhead thing.
You know what? I mean, because everybody knows if you live in New Orleans, no matter what you do here in New Orleans, you get paid the least of any city, any state in the world. Why state?
I don't do it for the money. I grew up, we all didn't have a whole lot of money. My mom was a teacher. My dad did construction work. So he only worked when the weather was good and when he had a job. So 6 months out of the year, he basically worked. So we were kind of used to not having. My mom was, as a teacher, they were making $16,000, $18,000 a year. We'd share food with neighbors down the street. They would save grease for us. We'd save oil. We put together a swimming pool at my house together, one of those above ground ones, and everybody would share it. Somebody else would buy a basketball goal, we shared. So we came up not really knowing we were financially poor, but we were culturally rich. So we were able to stay in that denizen. So for me, it was never about how much money I was gonna make. Like I'm trying to transcend and make so much money for the people on cases and stuff that it can make an impact on their lives. But at the end of the day, for me personally, it's not about the money for me. It's really transitioning the community to be able to be well.
You think that's the secret formula? Not chasing the bag and chasing the happiness, finding a bigger purpose. You know what I mean?
I think the bigger bag in life is following purpose. I do think that I was just explaining to somebody yesterday. It was like, if you really want to find your zen and be at the center of your universe, you can't react to it. So you have to start learning how to not react to the universe, and then put all the good things you want to come out, and sow in the seeds that you want, so you can, bear the fruit that you want to have to feed the people that you want to help. And my focus has always been that. And I mean, people gonna say, people gonna do, but your path is not to listen or bend to what other people are saying. You're always gonna have, the idiot box or the peanut gallery or people having stuff to say, but it's about staying steadfast to your purpose and delivering to the people that you've been commissioned to represent and take care of.
Life is so gimmicky now, you know? It's almost like everybody just wanna fake it till they make it, or show these smoke and mirrors so that you can support something that's not actually real, you know? What is it about Juan LaFonta that says, I'm real, you could trust me, I'ma fight for you, I care for real?
I think my character speaks for itself, and beyond my character, my history and my community speaks for itself. So like prior to being the Juan LaFonta everybody danced around about, I was a member of the House of Representatives. I was a chairman of the Black Caucus. I negotiated $1.2 billion to rebuild the city after Katrina when everybody else was trying to go get the bag and try to make money off the rebuild and respend. So I let people look at what I've done to see what I'll do going forward. You know, I don't ask people to trust what I'm saying. I say, watch what I'm doing and trust that, and see that's who I am and that's what I'm translating to be.
A lot of people feel like people that quote unquote make it and don't see the humble beginnings, they feel like they probably come from a privileged place, you know? It's almost like it's easy to say, oh, don't focus on the money when you have money. It's easy to say, don't focus on being hungry when you have food, you know? It's like, how or what would you tell the young Juan LaFonta right now that's trying to be the grown Juan LaFonta?
Well, I'd say where you are now is not where you will be. I think the only way you stay blessed is staying humble and pushing forward what you do. A lot of people read me wrong. They're like, oh, he's stuck up, he's from the privilege. Like, dude, like, yeah, I went to Brother Martin, but I was doing work study. I would smell like vinegar every week because they wouldn't use cleaning supplies. You had to clean with vinegar when you did work study.
I mean, because we grew up in a day and age of perception, right?
Right.
You don't say what's going on up in this house, you know what I mean? You don't talk business, you don't...
Not when your mama teaching all the people in the neighborhood.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's like, you don't say what's going on at home. So people see the glory, but they don't know the story.
No.
And then when they think that it's all peaches and cream and they feel like, nah, you coming from a privileged place. I think that social media is a good and a bad place because it almost make you feel like you're not alone.
Right.
In some of your scenarios. In all honesty, like I don't even have anything else I want to ask you because it's like I feel like you gave me everything except some. No.
Deborah, this lady here.
As always, it's always great to talk to someone that's so influential in the city of New Orleans, man. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. I'm downtown Leslie Brown with the man, Juan LaFonta. Why I had to throw my fingers up? I don't know.
Peace, love, and soul.
Love, soul.